Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I am here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. May say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the past, present, or the future. Take the parts that resonate, leave everything else behind. If you would like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. All right, y'all. Let's get into our usual general collective. I've already pulled some of the opening oracles out, and I'm going to clarify with a secondary oracle deck. Current energy, it looks like someone may be having some difficulty in communicating or difficulty in communicating the truth. I also get the energy, yes, with truth be told in the reverse. So I'm also getting an energy here too that I think part of this person, it's interesting because I see how it affects their relationships. This person somebody here may struggle with communicating the truth. They may also struggle with the attachment of an identity that is fraudulent. And I'm saying it the exact way that I heard it. Somebody is attached to an identity that is curated. I do believe this person wears a mask. So it's quite possible that they're not honest with other people the same way that they're not honest with themselves about who they are. Okay. What else? Well, damn. It kind of looks like whatever it is, they got to move on from it because they're not necessarily going to get a second opportunity. Okay. Especially if this is with you, collective. Whoever this is that wears a mask, who tells a lot of lies, who's very deeply attached to the identity that they've created for themselves, I don't get the impression that they're going to get a second chance to like redeem themselves. Okay. Now, part of this person's dilemma, I do believe that this attachment to this fake persona has deeply affected some of their relationships, if not all of them. And while I do feel they have an opportunity to potentially heal their connections, especially if it's with you, the problem, or the main problem that I see here, is that they're so rooted in this identity. They may also believe the lies that they tell themselves. They're afraid. They're afraid of taking action towards you. They're afraid of taking action towards you because I think this person also feels like maybe they don't have an opportunity. Things have been falling through. Like if they've made attempts or had, in their mind, they wanted to come towards you, maybe the situation or the circumstance doesn't allow for it. Like things don't fall into place in a way that allows them to be able to come towards you. And I do get that part of the lesson here. Part of the lesson here is I feel like there's someone experiencing. Oh, damn. Okay. This is an interesting energy because it feels like part of the lesson here, I do see where somebody has, they're deeply concerned about like whether or not they can like come back towards you or approach you, right? They're deeply concerned that you are going to like withhold, or that you're going to just, I'm thinking you're going to put up you probably already have your boundaries up, and there is a distinctive difference between walls and boundaries. walls prevent energy from passing through in either direction. You can't, there's no energy going out. There's no energy coming in. Boundaries are more like, I'm not putting up with that shit. You know what I mean? But I feel like there's a lot of anxiety centered around their not knowing. They don't know if, it's almost like they don't think that them coming towards you with their authentic self or taking the mask off and revealing who they are to you. I think this person is largely worried about whether or not it would change anything. But part of the lesson here was for them to make moves or to even pursue whatever this is without knowing the outcome. This energy comes across almost like, not so much like a control freak. I heard controlled environment. Not so much like a control freak. But they definitely feel kind of out of sorts because they don't think that even if they came towards you that it would change anything. It probably, I mean, let's keep it a buck, it probably won't. But the main point is for them to be able to move forward without having, like, this person kind of wants to know before they make the move, is it going to give them the result that they're looking for, instead of just taking the leap of faith, not knowing, moving through fear and just doing it. This person is incredibly unsettled and ungrounded, fearful of moving because they're afraid of the unknown. They're not ready to drop the mask. They're not ready to drop the mask. I feel like this person's also, it's weird because they're not quite ready to drop the mask, but they're also not quite ready to move on either. They are afraid. They're afraid to do the work. And I do feel as though Divine is trying to guide this person, but they're scared. I don't know what's going on in this person's life, but the energy, it feels very like they're afraid to take the action to move towards you because they don't have definitive answers of what the outcome is going to be. They are afraid of doing the work that Spirit is trying to, navigate them toward. Spirit's like, okay, you want to repair the situation, then there's some things I need you to do, but this person is freaked out about doing the work in order to bring the relationship back into harmony or back into balance in some kind of way. I also kind of feel like this person, while they may not have communication, or there may be like a breakdown of communication between you, it almost feels like somebody here they're hoping that, I don't know, I kind of feel like they're hoping that they can reach you telepathically. You know what's interesting? Because part of this person's lesson, and I don't know who this person is to you, and it doesn't necessarily, like, this doesn't necessarily look like a romantic connection of any kind. There has been a sense of loyalty on either your part or their part. But it looks like part of the lesson here is like, if this person, whoever we're talking about, this person that wears a mask, who's attached to this curated identity, it feels as though they may have, it's funny, Okay, this is the way that I'm seeing it. Here's you, collective, right? Here's you. Then here is the group of people that they may have aligned themselves with that made them turn their attention away from you. Like, this could be a friend group, this could be someone's family. I feel like this person is getting a really hard lesson in the fact that while they may have withheld from you, chosen to divert their attention and all of their attention onto, like, say, a group of people, family dynamic, whatever this is, right? They were loyal to this group of people the same way you, collective, were loyal to them. Now, the part of the lesson that this person is having to experience is the fact that their loyalty to the group of people that they chose over you is proving to be fruitless, because now I think those people that they were loyal to initially are now starting to treat them the way that they treated you. Does that make sense? This is funny because I'm using my smaller deck, and this section, like, these cards are very similar to the message that came out last night. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, they made choices. They made choices that were not in alignment with them. I keep saying this is a big theme. Saturn is a long game. So while you may not they may not recognize it up front while it's happening, this is the find out part over here. Okay? And it's part of the lesson, because they were dealing with people that weren't necessarily in alignment with them, and now they're not happy with the results of what they're getting, because now they lost you and the little group of friends or the family or whoever it is they were so closely linked to. They fucked off your whole relationship for for the sake of being connected and being loyal to this group of people. Now, the other thing is, remember I said, like, they're a little bit afraid of moving towards you, or at least doing the work, because they don't know, if I do the work, is it going to give me the outcome that I'm looking for? Like, because I don't want to do the work because the work seems hard. I don't want to do the work if I'm not going to get what I want out of it, right? But the thing is that this person, I said it before I even threw a card out here talking about control freak, I could see it already. I can feel it here. This person really wants to control, they want to control the outcome, and this for them has been a cyclical problem. This is something that they continuously fall back on because they really don't know how to go with the flow. This person does not know how to be flexible. They want to see things carried out in the way that they want to see things carried out. This is part of their problem. This is part of the problem. And yesterday I mentioned time may have been a factor in whatever this is. I feel like maybe this person was also given, and I mean, I don't know who gave them, this could be, divine authority, but it's kind of like, if in the position that they're in right now, if they need help, this person had a certain amount of time which to come to you, to drop the mask, to be authentic, all the things that they're not ready to do. They had a certain amount of time in order to do that. And because now they haven't done it, they're not going to get the help that they're looking for. Hell, they might not even find the peace that they're trying to attract. Again, because they wanted to see a specific outcome at a specific time. They wanted things to come the way that they wanted them to come. And the crazy part about it is this is an energy of somebody trying to call you in with the law of attraction, but whoever this person is, they're not a reflection of you, and you don't have any desire to give to anybody like that. And I really feel like this person doesn't understand why, or They don't understand the why of why you do what you do or how you do what you do. And in order for them to be a part of your life, child, they would have to work a whole hell of a lot in order to make it happen. So in the present energy, yeah, I feel like, I kind of feel like this is two ways. Like, I do feel like this person needs to stand down. If they're not willing to take off the mask and to be, come correct, then they should just walk away from this. They should be done. Child, unfinished symphony in the reverse. Symphony is done. Whatever you had in the past is done, and you're not the same person that you were. So now, no, you're not giving to anybody, and you're not going to play the second guessing game. I mean, they can play that game if they want to. I also feel like this person didn't really think, like, the mask that they wear. I don't think this person actually thought about the long game of, like, how the lies would potentially catch up to them in the future. They never thought about that. That's wild. All right, let me pull these back. Current energy. Ooh, no. Now they're disappointed in the fact that they lied. They're disappointed that they created this, I heard, air of mystery. And for you, collective, I think you just finally put this thing to rest. Even amidst any kind of confusion, I feel like you've put it to rest and you've moved on. Yeah, you weren't able to actually stabilize it. And I don't want to do this anymore. That's what I heard. I don't want to do this anymore. And this person is really sitting on the fence about, like, for you, collective, I'm hearing like you didn't want to keep doing this, whatever you were doing. You didn't want to keep going in the same. It's like you don't want to keep doing the same shit over and over and over again. It doesn't really bear any fruit, right? Okay. And this person kind of feels like they made a really bad decision. I feel like they gave up on you. And now they're sad. Oh my God. Ace of Cups in the reverse to the Ace of Cups in the reverse. That almost never happens. Now they're in regret because they chose not to be reciprocal with you. I honestly don't think this person knows how. I don't think this person knows how. Yeah, and it's kind of like they have an opportunity to heal the connection and have a new start, right? To be able to put things behind you, or at least find a space where they can start healing. But again, this person's still wearing a mask. But in order for them to heal a situation and find their way back in, they would have to come in and apologize. Interesting. This person may feel as though they don't have anything to offer. And your energy may be coming across. Like I said, your boundaries, your boundaries are definitely in place. Your boundaries are definitely in place. And they're just worried. They're worried about, I kind of feel like they're worried a little bit about their financial status, because if you're in a really good space and it's interesting. I heard the word coward. They're worried that they don't have enough to give. You may also have this person blocked, or they may be unable to contact you or come towards you. So they're worried about that as well. They're highly attracted to you. Yeah, it's interesting. This feels very much like they want to come towards you, but they're a little bit nervous about whether or not to even make the move towards you. Again, they don't want to take any action because they want to know. It's almost like they want to know the outcome of the action that they take before they take it. That ain't how it works. But they're okay. It's like they're worried about, they want to squash, if there's like some conflict between you, they definitely want to squash that. But again, I'm getting an energy that they may not have the ability to either reach you, contact you, like maybe you have them blocked, maybe you changed your number. They also are kind of worrying that you don't feel the same way that you may have felt in the past. They kind of want to let bygones be bygones, but they're still not taking any actual actions. They have clarity. They have clarity around like the circumstances of the relationship. Like they're seeing something really clearly about maybe the way you may have shown up and the way that they showed up. And they're not very confident in the least bit to approach you. And if they didn't see your value before, they see it now. A little late, but they see it now. Let me tell you, they're not happy at all. And whatever they got, it's not what they wanted. They're not happy about these new boundaries, especially if you're withholding. They're not happy about that. Yeah, I said they're worried about not having enough to offer you. You could be in the public eye. Now, I did hear this too. Okay, so if you are in the public eye in any kind of way, this person's a little bit like, it's interesting because it comes across as a little bit like jealousy. Like if you're in the public eye, they may be like watching like watching the comments or the interactions or whatever, and they're not happy with like the engagement that you may be getting, or if like other people are like flirting with you or whatever, they're not happy with that. They're not happy about that. They feel like they may feel like they have direct competition. They are so disappointed in themselves. Yes, this person is that's part of the lesson here. You had all these options. Okay, what did I say? This person, they don't really want to come towards you without knowing what the outcome would be of their efforts, right? But this person had aligned themselves like with their family or with their friends. And now the people that they had shown loyalty to, because I feel like they may have been a little bit confused. But the people that they show loyalty to now, they may be having some conflict and issues with those people. And they are concerned that you do not feel the same way that you felt before. But I think what they're also witnessing too is that the people that they engage with, like say collective, you may have, like, you come across as this very loving, nurturing energy. You may have shown this person unconditional love, but they showed unconditional love to like their friends and their family or whatever. They didn't show that to you. They showed that to everybody else. But now they're not happy because you've got your boundaries up and now you're not giving them nothing. You had options. Go find your options. Not happy. They're not happy with this. They're listen. This person is not happy. Not happy. Misguided loyalties. They are not happy. And they took too long to come in and apologize. If they were going to apologize, they took too long. When I say unhappy, baby, they are unhappy. Unhappy and probably keeping it to themselves so that nobody else knows just how miserable they really are. They definitely feel a sense of stagnation. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to take all these cards. I don't normally do. A bunch jumped. I didn't even count them, but I'm going to lay them into the spread here. When I say this person's kind of kicking themselves too. If they were, if there had been, now I don't know the nature of this relationship, but if there had been infidelity or if this person had cheated on you and they were disloyal, baby, that energy is so loud out here. And I think this person is also really upset because they may have, because this kind of looks like somebody who focused on financial stability over the stability of the connections that they were in. And they may not have expected, oh yeah, a whole bunch of reap what you sow. So now, yeah, look at that. Woo-wee. So this kind of looks like they never anticipated. I see two things. So if this person spent more time focusing on their financial stability and they maybe had really withheld their energy from you in favor of chasing after the dollar and, superficial things, I feel like they're now reaping what they sowed. Like they were like the energy that I'm getting right off the surface is like they were confused by, what was of value. So they may have thought like, if I'm chasing after this money and I'm out there trying to be a boss or whatever, like that was of value. I'm chasing after this money. I'm chasing after my family. I'm chasing after my group of friends, not the collective. Not the collective. I'm chasing after all this other shit, right? Only for them to realize that maybe you were the one true person in their corner. You were the one true person in their corner. And the relationships that they chose to lean into, they don't actually see any stability in those connections anymore. Look at the lies there. Wow. I really feel like this person was just, it almost feels like like they were just delusional. And I think for you, it's interesting, this whole line here. Collective, I think for you, like this person, okay, now I am talking to a group of people that is kind of concerned. This is an interesting energy. And this isn't for everybody, so just only take the parts if it resonates. If it resonates for you, just take it if it resonates. But I have the energy here of somebody who is deeply concerned about someone, because we've talked about, and I know I've talked about somebody coming in, they come in with an empty apology, they come in with an offer that's going to, distract you, or, and I've been talking about, like, there's a dirty offer, something that's a distraction, don't take it, whatever. Collective, I think there is an energy here for you that is in fear of, some of you are actually worried, a little bit worried about this person resurfacing. I kind of feel like you don't need to worry, because there's that law of attraction thing. Like, if you're focused on that and you're worried about this person coming back, guarantee you they're going to come back, just because you're kind of hyper focused on it. So don't. If you don't want them to come back, that was my thing. I went through a period of time where the readings, and I was just talking to a client about this the other day. Anytime that I talk about people from your past coming back to disturb your peace, but anytime I talk about people coming back from your past, the one thing that I do notice is that shit don't happen to me all the time. At least it doesn't tend to be an ex. I might have somebody come back from the past, but usually the person that comes back is usually something like a family member or somebody that I ain't talked to in a long time, like an old friend or something. I've never actually had an ex come back, ever. Which is good, because I also understand too, like, if the ex doesn't come back, it potentially means you've already learned the lesson that you needed to learn from it. And so since you don't need to learn the lesson again, it doesn't circle back. You know what I mean? If this person or people circles back, then that means there's something left for you to learn, or you're being tested one last time to see if you learned the lesson. But I wouldn't actually focus on it, because I do see here, it's interesting, because somebody here is heartbroken. They want to come and, they want to come in and apologize. And this is you down here kind of worried about the apology coming through, and that it's a false apology, and it just leads you back into the same, cycle of bullshit that you've already endured. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't even think about it. I wouldn't concern myself. Because if you've committed to the fact that whatever happened in the past is your past, you're not revisiting, you have no intentions or desire to look back at it, then don't. And I know when I talk about this stuff, I have clients all the time that are like, but it's so hard. I understand that. Trust me, I understand that. If I could walk away from a 30+ year relationship and not bat a damn eye, if I could walk away from my family at 50, if I could walk away from my family at 50 and not look back and not give two fucks about what's going on with them, baby, you can do it too. And as a fixed sign, because I'm a Taurus, as a fixed sign, if I as a fixed sign can walk away from somebody and not look back and not give it a second thought, baby, you can too. You can too. Without a whole bunch of excessive overthinking. You know what I mean? This person is whack as hell. And the thing about it is, this person, whoever this is, they're kicking themselves. Because whoever this is, they may have felt like, and I feel like this is part of the dynamic within the relationship. Whoever this is you were dealing with, they were very transactional, or they thought you were transactional. They may have thought you were transactional. They may have even thought you were only in it for the stability or the resources. I don't think this is you. I don't think this is their perception of you, though, honestly. I kind of feel like this person, while they do want to like They don't want to fight with you. I do feel like somebody wants a new start. They don't want to argue. They would like to squash the beef. But there is a deep concern that you don't feel the same way. Like I see that here. There's a deep concern that you don't feel the same way that you felt in the past. That you don't feel the same way. That makes them very sad. Wow. And if you have somebody, because I do get the impression that you do have the energy of somebody out here, like, I feel like this is them learning that it doesn't matter how long you've known this person. Because I do see a component here of somebody thinking because you've known them for a long time that you would always, like, you would just still show up. You would still be there. And what they're learning right now is you value your peace and reciprocity more than their presence. Like, you may have people in your life right now that actually pour into you the way that you pour into them. So you are getting the benefits of an equal exchange. This person is now looking and they're realizing, because I feel like they, like I said, you could be in the public eye. You don't have to be, but if they're looking into you, they're now recognizing that you actually have other people who are supportive to you in a way that they were not. And so now this person has to kind of reflect over their own behavior and their own patterns about how they showed up for you or didn't, so that they can really take a look at how things are lining up for them right now. So if you don't show up for them and you are unwilling to participate with them, child, they not happy. Oh, they are so unhappy. They're so unhappy because they just did not expect that it would turn out the way that it has. Okay. Okay, I don't know what it is, but right now, all of a sudden, I feel like I need a nap. It kind of came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, I got real tired and I could feel it in my face. Like, I feel tired. Oh, this person is deeply, deeply rooted in trying to hold on to the past. They don't know how to move on. And I think that is also a source. Yeah, they just keep revisiting. Listen, they don't want anybody to know, but they keep revisiting this sadness that they may be experiencing right now. They're stuck in the vortex of their own making. Interesting. They could have gotten themselves involved with some kind of witchy woman here. That could also be a cause of this imbalance. Like, they may want to come in and heal the connection between you, but somebody is, and it's weird. This is a weird energy. I also get the impression somebody here is kind of upset. Listen, they're upset that you're all stable and everything. Like, you really were, and it's kind of like, okay, the way that I'm receiving this, If you're doing better, because maybe you weren't doing this wherever you are in your walk of life. If you're in a better position financially, maybe, and I don't have the necessarily, like in this particular spread, I don't have the Wheel of Fortune out here. Ironically, I'm using my double deck and I'm using a different deck. I don't have the Wheel of Fortune out here. But this energy looks like somebody who can't quite move on from the past are still feeling like and it's not even so much the feelings. It's like they think about this a lot. They think about the unsuccessful nature of this relationship. And I also feel like they feel some kind of way about your stability. They feel some kind of way if you're doing better, if you're in a better financial space than you were in the last time you were dealing with them. They're upset with maybe the fact that they haven't reached, like, let's say you've just been focusing on yourself. You've been focusing on your work. You've been focusing on, healing and all that stuff, right? You've just been focusing on the bag, right? I feel like this person's been more focused on the grief than their own bag. And so they're not really happy to see the fact that you are not, because this person is kind of lamenting over their misery. You're not in that same energy, and you've chosen to kind of redirect and focus on the things, focusing on work. You're focusing on building for yourself, and you're seeing the results of your labor. This person ain't happy about it. I always say misery loves company. I kind of feel like this person wants you to be miserable too. Yeah. So whoever this is, they may not have given a whole lot to the relationship. They could have been out here. This is definitely giving me the spread it wide and thin. So this person could have been out here just being a little, a gigolo player. Didn't give you a whole lot. You're not interested in replaying that. You're not interested in round 2, round 3, round 4. You're not interested. You see this person and their shenanigans for what it is. Yeah, this is the I said this whole side section is the find out part. They may have chose somebody who was really needy. They chose to align themselves with people who didn't appreciate them for who they are or what they provided or their presence or any of that. They're definitely finding out. It's real interesting. It's kind of like they wanted to be they could have been wanting to be in a relationship with you, but they didn't really want to take they didn't want to take the action that was necessary or cultivate cultivate the relationship with time. They didn't want to do that. Now it's just a whole bunch of unhappiness. And sadness because they're definitely dealing with some instability now, especially if you let them go. They want to come towards you and try to work together, plan for the future or whatever. But they still got other people on the side. We're not doing that. You're not doing that. Time wise. All right. Merit making, collaboration, disturbance. So has somebody come together with a bunch of other people? You may show pride in your work. They may have wanted to create some type of tension or drama for you to create a trap, but you may have avoided it because you have pride in yourself and self-love. This person could be dealing with like some supernatural drama. Like, you know, they conjure up a demon and now the demons are chasing around after them in their own home. You can conjure up some demons to come after me, but they work for me. So hope you're having fun with that. Especially when you're dealing with people and you don't know their spiritual rank. It's funny because I never really understood the context of like understanding other people's spiritual rank. If you come after one of God's chosen ones and you don't know their spiritual rank and you think you're doing something, the trap that you set for them is literally the trap you set for yourself. And this person didn't know how to, I feel like this person didn't really know, like maybe you, now this ain't for, this part ain't for everybody, but if this is somebody that you may have been once in a relationship with, like maybe you saw marriage in the cards for yourself with this person, like you were trying to preserve the relationship and this person just continued to indulge in third party energy and drinking. And now they're dealing with a nightmare because of the choices and decisions that they made. And now they're experiencing stagnation in their life. And this person's lesson child, they never even realized the blessing that you were when they had you. Like you were their wish fulfillment. You would have been their wish fulfillment, but this person didn't recognize that. And now they're dealing with conflict. You could have been really, the other thing too is maybe you were different. You were different from the people that, you know, different from most people that they know. I mean, because let's face it, when I want to say when you're one of God's chosen, when you're following this journey, you're going to come across as a little bit different than everybody else. So maybe you were a little bit different than everybody else and it was very conflicting for them. Child, they curse themselves. And they may have treated you unfairly. When in reality, your relationship probably had a sense of ease to it that they were uncomfortable with. Because think of it like this. When you're, say, a person that deals with toxic people and you have toxic energy that you're in, you know, misery loves company and that kind of chaos energy, it follows you wherever you go, right? But if you are not somebody who operates in that energy and you come in like a breath of fresh air, sometimes that breath of fresh air can be a little off-putting for folks. I think this person is now recognizing that the choices that they made or kind of went against their own best interest because you were literally the blessing that they had always wanted. Now they're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed, maybe even feeling a deep sense of obligation towards the people that they aligned themselves with. And that's justice for that third wheel energy, that third party energy that they kept having you in. It is what it is. All right, let's grab some index cards. Because low key, I am all of a sudden really, really tired. I need to go lay down and take a nap. I don't know where it came, just all of a sudden kind of crept up on me. Leo may be of significance. Somebody's confidence is soaring. You're no longer afraid. We love it. Someone may be getting readings or paying for spell work. There's a loss of money. The month of March may be of significance. Could be dealing with an Aries or a Pisces. Somebody doesn't know how to commit. Someone misjudged you. Someone is jealous of your light. could potentially be this Leo. Spirit says open your windows to breathe fresh air and energy into your home. Someone tries to convince other people that you are crazy. You may have a frenemy out here that low-key hates you. There's too much time. Somebody's spending too much time focused on things that they need to release. There's a power struggle, a control freak. I did talk about that. What they wanted for you is now happening for them. It's called karma. Sorry, not sorry. Dark energy may be sent to you. Somebody's experiencing anxiety or sleepless nights. Someone is not a team player, namely this frenemy. These are fated events. There's a loss of money or assets. Listen to the music downloads, like the lyrics and the music that you're listening to. Somebody's losing material comforts. Take a spiritual bath or cleanse your space. Someone here is a gold digger. Someone's using children. Someone's trying to affect your sacral chakra. You're a wise and just person. Someone lies on the kids, to them, or about them. The month of July could be of significance. Could be dealing with a Cancer or a Leo. Someone says, I've always hated you because you're blessed. Someone's unreliable, undependable, unemployed, or lazy. Someone's in deep regret. Someone says, can you ever forgive me? Someone has no discipline. Someone is self-absorbed and possessive. Their offer is a distraction. You are divinely guided to choose expansion. Someone wanted to destroy your life. Someone may be impersonating you to ruin your reputation. Someone wants to keep you second-guessing, or you keep everybody second-guessing. Your spirit team has tested them and they failed. And you got fake friends out here. Bottom of the deck is your ex and a brother. Family members. And you're better off without them. All right. Actually, let's use the other truth deck. Yeah, I need a nap. All right. We have talk about it. Someone has concerns about money. Maybe in separation. Spring may be of significance. Someone is thinking of you. Communication problems. Relationship will go to the next level. If you have a question, the answer is yes. If the question is about a relationship going to the next level, the answer is yes. We have hostility. Somebody could have hostilities about their concerns of money. Somebody is stuck in the past. It's not you, it's them. Summer, spring and summer may be of significance. Then we have temporary. Somebody's stuck on an ex. We have change perspective. A new love coming. Ooh. Then we have chemistry. Legal or contract matters. Someone regrets choices. We have social media. Someone returning. Texting. Jealousy. And increased money. Bottom of the deck, sexual desires. All right, let's look at the synchronicities. Right off the bat, I see 14, 14, 15, 15, 11, 11, 12, 12, 2, 1, 2, 8, 8, 2, or 2, 8, 8. 1, 4, 4. All right. Let's look at the dates. I have February the 3rd, February the 5th, February the 8th, February the 14th or the 15th. February the 13th and 11th. We have May the 2nd, May 3rd, May 8th, May 12th, 13th, and 14th. Oh, I have April 2nd, April 11th, April 14th, April 15th, April 6th. June 2nd, June 4th, June 6th, June 14th, June 10th, June 15th, August the 2nd, August the 3rd, August the 5th, August the 8th, August 11th, 12th, 13th, or 14th. October the 6th, October the 14th, October the 15th, November the 2nd, November the 8th, November the 12th, November the 4th, November the 15th, November 3rd, December the 2nd, December the 5th, December the 8th, December the 11th, December the 3rd, 15th, 14th. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonated for you, gave you clarity or confirmation over your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get this in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. My books are always open. And if you're relatively new here, my readings tend to reach into the future just a little bit. So if you go into the archives, maybe 6 to 8 months, you may find some stuff back there that resonate more for you now in the present. For those of y'all who've been digging around in my archives, I see you back there. And thank you guys for confirming that the energies from those past readings is happening for you right now in real time. So I appreciate that confirmation. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, the tips, donations, the new bookings. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you know when I go live or when I upload a new video. All right. Because I'm not even really sure how y'all get notified. Like, I'm not on you. Like, I literally post and go. So like, I'm not on YouTube and then sit and get the notifications in real time of like when somebody goes live. I just turn it on. If I happen to see somebody live, I might watch. So make sure that you look for the notification bell on my channel somewhere, and click that so that you're notified of all the new videos that come on. All right. So I love you guys. Until next time, take care.